I want to ask you a couple. We're almost out of time, even though this is fascinating. I could talk to you guys for another couple of hours. But what about on social issues? Does the idea of limited government spill over for you all in a true libertarian way to social issues when it comes to things like gay marriage or abortion rights? Where do Tea Partiers, I know they're not monolithic, obviously, but in general, where do they come down on social issues?
It varies.
As conservatives as they are on fiscal issues, or not necessarily?
I don't feel that it's been one of the operating foundations of the movement. However, let me say this, I've spoken in support of, say, pro-life issues at Tea Party movements and found them generally embraced. But let me just say this, the movement is not one that, is closing people out on those issues, because that's not the foundation on which the idea of limited government, of our constitutional principles, of our founding principles, was kind of a core part of that. Now, some of us, put me in this camp, say that life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness sort of starts with the life part. And then once you disregard that, you do run the risk of sort of compromising in the other issues. But, I've worked for a number of pro-choice politicians as well, and I respect the fact that ultimately these are issues that are unique to individual communities and states, and if you want to win that debate, you got to get out and make it. So if the Tea Party movement decides over time that this is an issue that is consistent with our movement and deserves attention, I believe that we'll move in that direction. Right now, to date, it hasn't been a core focus.
It's very decentralized, and you see, it varies from the southeast to the southwest to the northeast. I don't think social issues will ever be a prevalent part of the Tea Party movement, because it will lose its momentum and dissipate, because that's not the uniting factor of the Tea Party movement. The uniting factor is fiscal responsibility, and you have so many diverse people who feel very strongly in all different camps about social issues. So, if the Tea Party movement actually even tried to, if there were a group of, 6 groups that tried to bring it on, you would see those groups start to dissipate, because the uniting factor is fiscal responsibility, limited government, and free markets. And, you start bringing social issues into it, and that's when the real fights will erupt. And, so it will remain fiscally based. But when you start bringing social issues into it, you're right. We talk about constitutionally limited government, so where does that apply? So.